It's Madden NFL 22, and we've got high-flying offenses set to take off. It's the reigning NFC.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Perry, the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 84 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Fields. And this is going to be incomplete.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, but now it'll be third down. Letting one fly deep for Cooper, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken around the 12. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Running left, Montgomery. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you've got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
On 2nd and 10, Fields.
And he comes back with one complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Again, Fields.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line.
To throw is Fields. Complete to Mooney on the slant.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On first down, it's Fields.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Micah Parsons in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's Isabella open on the right side. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
Montgomery. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Back to throw. Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Broken tackle. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 22 carries, 130 in the yardage department, and a touchdown, 2.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Fields on 1st down.
This one caught by Isabella. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
13 yards remaining on second down. Now it's Fields. And that'll be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, here's what happened, Moldova sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. These two teams all tied after one. Started the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Prescott from the gun. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete as well. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. This will be from 49 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw again on second down. Fields. He finds his target. It's Matthews. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Let's go! Let's go!
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So the false start will back them up 5. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
On second down, Elliott once more.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Dallas. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point.
On 2nd and 7, Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here's Fields.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, Montgomery. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Fields now to throw. This one swung out to Montgomery.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Let's go. Let's do this. Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2.
Here's Fields.
Hard throw, incomplete. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down the middle. And that will knot us up at 10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He's got the connection to Cooper. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Fields. It's complete to Robinson.
Come on, fellas, Robinson.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
2nd and 11 now. From the gun, here's Fields.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
That's how we do it.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Prescott on first down. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We start up in the Keystone State. A couple of blue-collar cities doing battle. Detroit taking on Pittsburgh. And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. DeAndre Swift with a rushing touchdown there. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Baker Mayfield has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And that game is tied as they take on the visiting 49ers. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it's a second down. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
Fields. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Now Fields.
Middle of the field, it's Robinson.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So that'll back him up 5.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
To the air again, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
To throw is Fields.
They shakes him up, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Aaron Donald has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. Fields. And this is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
He's got his man on the crossing route. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago.
Darnell Mooney.
An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Bears on just 2 plays have taken the lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one fielded at the 5.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Here's Elliott. Shifts by him. Power running by Zeke. Room here to run. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. A big run that time by Elliott.
Ezekiel Elliott, a guy who considers himself underrated, has told his detractors to put some respect on his name. Hard not to respect a run like that.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that will tie our game here in the third. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. (17-17) the score, all even to this point as the kick's away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Let's go! Let's go!
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Back to throw, Fields. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Aaron Donald in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and made, but they may back him up 10 here and have him do it again.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
The RPO always puts the defense in a little bit of a predicament, but when it's Deke and Zach, that probably makes it extra tough, doesn't it?
Predicament. I like that word because when you look at it from the defense's perspective, hard to commit either way, right? Because if you do, you're overcommitting. That's what they call a stressful situation. Many think that Dak should keep the ball more. Built so well, so solid, and running was a huge part of what he did at Mississippi State.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
A give to Elliott. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. This is Elliott. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is Prescott.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And second down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. On play action. Prescott. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. But now the Bears coming out as they get ready. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a throw here to his running back. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Now it's Fields. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
161 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Maybe he was going to be involved in that play from his tight end spot, and he jumped.
Yeah, don't tell me that those guys don't like to block. That's what we say about them nowadays in the NFL. But I think he felt he was one of the key pieces in that play and wanted to get out and execute the assignment very fast.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Prescott to throw it.
He'll go underneath here to Elliott, and he will have a Cowboys 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Prescott. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal.
Elliott.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, I tell you, Ezekiel Elliott, he is just built like a bowling ball, and he powered his way into the end zone there.
I love that description of him, because when you think about Zeke, you think about lower body strength and his legs churning. and creating extra yardage.
Elliott now to have the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Bears offense ready to get going again. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Fields.
He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Fields now to throw.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45.
Draw play. Fields gives to Montgomery.
And this time they were ready for him as they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Second and 11. Here's Fields.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. A great move by Montgomery.
And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Looking to throw. Fields. Touchdown, Bears! A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And the lead is down to a field goal now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. Second and 5 now. Prescott looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And his throw is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Prescott now.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 42. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Brings up 2nd and 3. Points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A first down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Elliott. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Here's Prescott.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
The kick by Elliott is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now. They'll feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses them about 4 yards. So now Fields and the Bears
down by 6, a minute 36 to go. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
He's back to throw. And this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
They snap it to Fields.
He's going to let it fly. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, though. He's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? And rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble.
And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Cowboys,
they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.